Okay, we are going to play 10 rapid games. And there's no predictions or anything like that, but it is rapid. So I'm probably going to say maybe an advantage in 4 of them, and the rest of them will be questionable. Let's see how we get on. I'm going to vary the time scales as well. So we're starting with 25-0 and flitter maybe 20, a 20-minute one, and a 30-10, and maybe a 15-10. I'm not going to go any lower down to the 10-0. So it'll be around those areas there, just mixing it up. Right, so like we said, we're going to play 10. If I remember, I've got to remember. I've got my little numbers here, so hopefully I'll tick them off the score sheet. So 4 potential advantages and 6 kind of questionable games regarding the results. So let's capture. Let's just keep it nice and simple so we understand what's going on. Can expect tactical arrangements, but let's keep it as simple as possible. And definitely let's try and push past any draw type states as well. So we are now kind of in the beginning of the end game now. And he's going to double his pawn, so I think that's an advantage for us. And then just bring the bishop out with a check on the king, looking to exchange their bishop off. Not wanting to do that, wants to bring more pawns in the centre, linking this pawn up. Don't think we're going to oblige, are we? So I think just getting this knight here. So we've got options of castling king side or queen side. I think we'll go with a castle on the queen side with a check on the king first. We are not taking the knight. Don't want to bring the pawn in there. He's actually defending. So we're just going to scoot back a little bit. Just tempting the pawn, get in here. Could potentially take if the king is still there because we've got the x-ray through with the rook. But because they're thinking, I think they're going to go and castle first. Now he's moved the king off of the line, so we're not going to get away with that maneuver anymore. Could still hit the bishop just to say where you're going. Slides back here, or he can go here attacking this pawn but the bishop's defending. Could look to just double the rooks up. Basic chess. This knight is moving, isn't it? So we need to do a blocker first to stop it from actually hitting here. That's what I think anyway. We will do that. It's not very aggressive, is it? But if we don't do it, we're going to allow them time. If we go like this, attack the bishop. Bishop's got protection. It's just we would win a pawn if he did leave it there. So if they did change their mind and then attack the pawn, the bishop is defending. So they're not going to do that. They'll probably just bring it here. Gives us time to push the pawn to stop the knight from jumping here. Which seems still a little bit lame, but if the bishop does move, we would be able to get their rook off the board because we would have a fork. So we'll go with that continuation. That's what it was, wasn't it? Calculation. Check. And we're assuming them jumping here. Yeah, let's do that. We don't want this knight managing the centre for some activity. This one's 7-second increment. I thought it was a 0-1 for a second. Oh, it's still coming in anyway. And he's defending. Oh my gosh, I didn't see that at all, did I? So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to shoo the knight away so that we can get the pawn. So we're going to have to do that. Not that we want the pawn back, but we'll be able to take with a check on the king. Takes maybe. He might even bring his king here. But then we can move the knight. Didn't expect that at all. This is the thing. Do all that calculation and they just don't do what you think. Sometimes it's better when they don't do what you think because it's something that doesn't really improve their position. So we can move here, or we can move here, move all the way back to the bottom, because he wants his knight to take, doesn't he? Yeah, he wants to take. While they are not doing anything I'm suggesting, I'm going to bring the bishop here. I know it's unlinking our rooks, so they do have to move their knight now. Can't be anything else they've got to attack, have they? No. Check, check, no. I've got surprised twice in this game. So 10 games is going to be a lot, especially if they're going classical time frame. But I'm wanting to enjoy the practice, and we have our subliminal little target type thing. I know we don't do targets, predictions and all that sort of stuff, but it does help with my motivation doing these types of exercises to have some sort of focal point as to say, well, realistically, let's get the check. Realistically, this is where I might be. And we get the pawn and we're on there, but it's not going to let us get that. So we're going to x-ray through to their king with the bishop. And they're going to just come charging us down out there. Oh, this player is a little bit knowledgeable on the stuff. We can take, because we've got to check on the king. Yep. The bishop. So we can take. The pawn can't take, because he's got to get rid of the check. So that's the type of thing I'm talking about there. If they don't do the stuff that you expect in the calculation, sometimes it doesn't bode well for them. Not saying all the time, sometimes. But we can bring the rook here, just attacking the pawn, trying to get ready to double the rooks to make sure that's supporting each other. So I'm going to do that, keep it nice and simple. It does have a temporary little, if one of the rooks comes here, we'll be able to get it off the board. But they're not doing that, they just move, so basically we're not going to get any of that, so it gives us time to go for a simple doubling. Was there a better move? We're attacking here. No, let's go with basics first. We've both got plenty of time, and they're just like a targeting expert, aren't they? Going to bring the bishop here, I think, just to attack the king. Where does it go? Goes deeper, or comes across because it doesn't want to go any deeper. If he comes there, then there, and he's taking the pawn, so it's making the king very powerful. Is there anything better? No, I don't see it. I think we're just going to go with this. With a check on the king, wherever he's going. You might want to stay close to this to try and keep protecting it, but we'll see. And there's nothing worse than, in fact, we're up a minor piece, but there's nothing worse than having that advantage and losing that advantage. That's something I've got to work on as well. He's gone to what looks like a safe haven. These pawns look like they can be taken off, but thinking maybe this or this rook, whichever. Then he comes down to defend. We come and attack, but he comes down to defend. I'm trying to see where we can attack him, but that doesn't look. Bishop could come and attack the pawn, but again, he can just come down. But then that gives the rook a chance to do this. And he would get mated because he can't go anywhere. No, not mated, he'll go back again. I don't think they're going to let us do that. Once we do this, one of these rooks is going to be hitting our rook. We take the pawn with the bishop. Maybe this rook then, because this bishop's going to be on the rook. Yeah, so maybe that one's going to be attacking. We take the pawn. He's definitely going to take if he's come there. Then we take. Then he comes for the bishop. Bishop can come up here attacking this pawn, but he can do this. So it's not clear. It's not clear, really. Well, we'll do that with the expectation that the rook is coming here. It should be this one, but not that it's going to make much difference, just that this would be on it, which would mean he would have to move anyway. He's coming defending, but he's got, I was just say, got mated. He's just going to go back again, which allowed, we went through this one, didn't we? Going to go back again, but we can't actually take the pawn with the bishop because he's going to be on our rook. So then we could bring this rook up. Oh no, we can't because the bishop's there. Catch 22, eh? Bang, bang. Oh, you see, that's the calculation. Sometimes it's better seeing the position and then you realize, oh, you can't actually do that because it's blocked. But ideally, you'd want them to, we can't do that. So, goes there, goes there. We're going to have to go back, don't we? But this time we come across here, attacking this pawn, which then probably does the rook thing. Our king is defending. And then we take the pawn, but maybe he's not going to do that. Maybe his king just comes to defend. Or maybe he goes down and defends the pawn. If he does, then we get the pawn. Right, okay. Let's do this, see if it works. Yeah. 10 games might be a stretch, might it? No, we're doing 10. We're doing 10. Straight through. So they've gone with that. Does it look different now that we've done it? Yeah, no point attacking this, he just comes back again. So we're going to attack this pawn. Our king is defending our rook, so we are expecting some type of attack here at some point. So even though it feels like we've been playing for a while, it feels like we've got to this position fairly quickly. And miraculously we're up a minor piece, which is good. But it's maintaining that advantage. It beggars belief, the advantages that I keep losing. And it's in a small way, it's not in a big way either, it's in a small way where you think, well, you know, you've won this now, and then it ends up being a draw. So I think we've got enough armory in our mantra to weather the storms now and really try and improve on the end of the game. Yes, that was expected. So basically we can take, but does it look different? We can take, and we're expecting the king to come and attack the bishop. Was this take, rook comes to put a check on, the king moves out the way, he's not going any further with that. Probably comes down and starts attacking, or does he just come and defend the pawn? Could just take and then we're supporting the bishop. It does allow the king to come and support this pawn, which is a little bit annoying, isn't it? So I think we're going to take. It feels like we can afford to trade down, which is what they're doing. And then we're expecting this here. Does it look any different now that they're there? No. Could come here with the king. Gets it more into the game rather than stuck on the back. Yeah, I think we'll go here rather than going backwards. And we did expect them to come down with the rook to feel to feel activated. Alright, so the bishop can move here. Obviously he's going to start pushing, which would allow us to take this pawn. Anything else? Does it look any different? Oh, rook could put a check on. It's not a checkmate though, because he can come here. Don't want to invite the king in, really, do we? I think we'll just do this. I don't think we need to overanalyze that one. Bishop feels safe. We're looking to try and push now. But as we said, can take here. If he's putting a check on, don't forget the bishop can. What was he doing? Defending the pawn. Rook in the center of the board has no place, really. Which is good for us. Just how then we can put a check on the king. He comes into the center. Then we hit the king. Then he comes down. So if we move one up here in preparation for that position. Yep. Just going to move one up. I mean, he can just go in the corner here, there, and then he drops. It's blocked the diagonal for the bishop now. So it looks like they're starting to see stuff. So I'm going to push this pawn up here, stopping the king from moving from here anyway. Because we will be hitting the rook at some point. Just seeing if there's, we can't really completely close it down. Could bring the king here. Looking to get it closed down a bit. I mean, it's going to be safe here, isn't it? Move the king up a little bit more. Yeah, blocking the pawn. They might forget themselves. In principle, it looks like we could do a massive kamikaze. Coming here, here, and then just getting this pawn off the board. Getting this king closer, so if we move to the other side of the board, and he goes one, or whatever it is, we just take this pawn here. So I'm going to move the rook to the other side. Is he looking to hang his rook here or something? Yeah, exact move. Put the check on the king. Now that he's done that, we get this pawn as well. There's no hanging here because the bishop will take the rook. Is he looking to come round the back with the rook, attacking the pawn here? Even this pawn, because it's got no protection on. So these things can be lost or the advantage dwindled down. I mean, he can, like we said, come here, but he can't go there. But he can come round the back. I suppose then the king can defend the pawn. I'm going to quickly take this pawn and look to see if we can keep defending this pawn if I need to. I think he's flying around the back. Wants to get this pawn or this one. Bishop and the king are on this one. It's a matter of not rushing my brain now. Just because I'm seeing the potential things that can happen, then I fall into that tunnel vision of, this is what I think I said I was going to do, and then I move too quickly. Right, so if we get a 2-on-1 on this pawn at some point, then we can take it. So do we do this? Then it just drops down. Nope. Or do we do this and attack this pawn? I think we do this, keeping it simple. Attacking this pawn. 2-on-1. It's going for that grind mentality. You know, turning on that thing that the higher rated players do in the open tournaments. So it's offered a draw. Oh, I don't know if it's a draw. I'm going to have to just decline, sorry. Yeah, that thing that the higher rated players do when they get a little bit stuck in the game and suddenly they shake it off. Whatever troubles and woes they seem to have, they just shrug it off and then they start finding all these brilliant moves. So he's going to be putting check on me, and then I can come back to safety if I want to, because he's just going to keep putting checks, but he can't put any more there, but I can't go any further up. So we will take. And it looks like this might be put a check on. Just while I'm thinking. Going onto white square. Just protecting his pawn. If I bring my rook here, then his rook's not coming in to check my king. Then we can hit the rook. I'm going to play basic steady chess, and I'm just going to stop their rook from putting a check on our king whilst we try and... Oh, don't do that just yet, dude. Whoa. Jay, that's the type of stuff, you know? Giving them bits of advantage back. What is this? Oh, he's attacking the pawn. He's getting pieces back. That's not in the script. If we do this, boom, then his king has to move. And then we bring the rook across, attacking his rook, protecting our pawn. I'm going to go with that. I'm trying not to give away advantage. This player's still playing on and they're finding stuff. Ooh, do you know what? He could have gone here like that, couldn't he? If he went there, then I wouldn't have been able to do that, because he would have been able to take, and I wouldn't have been able to take back. But because they've given us the space, we will go here. Again, little things like that. The potential for making those duff moves. Ay, ay, ay. Scary times. So he's back again. Come down, attack the pawn, but his king just comes and... Yeah, they're making us work here. Come back again for the bishop, you see. And also this pawn. If we hit it with the king, maybe he comes back and... Yeah, okay. I'm gonna... Aggressive king. Might go for the exchange. So all of these look like they're covered off. That's covered off. That's covered off. So he's going to have to go back, isn't he? They don't want us putting a check on his king. Oh, okay. Not that it's a good check on the king. Okay, boom. Then he drops down to defend the pawn. No, he comes here to attack the rook. He's not doing that. Then we put a check on the king because we got the bishop back. And then he goes into the corner here. Then we can take the pawn. And then he's got checks on our king. Yeah, I think that's what it is, isn't it? So put a check on. And again. Actually, we can't take the pawn. You know, every time I'm doing the calculation, I'm hoping way too much. I'm seeing a mirage of, oh yeah, I can take the pawn because the king's going to move to the side. But the king is right there. Okay, so he's farmed off into the corner. If the bishop comes here like this, still protecting the rook, that means then we will be able to take, or take with the bishop. Not take with the bishop, take with the rook. His rook can come here though, back in the bishop. Come here defending. King comes here. It all looks a bit much, doesn't it? Because then my pawns are going to get messed up. Yeah, we'll do that. If he gets himself, puts a check on the king. Let's do it. Ah! He's got himself a pawn. He's got himself another pawn as well. So, don't want to push that. I'm going to just take this. I'm going to take this. Let's not be greedy. We have a minor piece up and we've got quite a few pawns. Let's not be greedy and get his rook off the board now, and this game's done now. So they fell into the lion's little lair. Little attack. Bring this here. And it's ready to go. Let's just bring this here. And can't take any of them. So I should be resigning now. They obviously don't believe in us. They don't believe in us. So they're continuing on. The long pause and resignation. Excellent. Nice one. Okay, that's the first. The first game of 10. I'm going to be here for hours. Right, let's get cracking straight onto the next one. Oh, hold on. I was changing the format. Changing the format. Ooh, it's easy to forget these things. So we will go away. Make sure it says rapid on it. Boom, boom. 20-0. Yeah, we'll go with a 20-0. No, actually, let's vary it up a bit. So the 15-0 is rapid. Yep, let's do that. 15-0. So not forgetting my mini goal to myself, trying to gain at least 4 advantages, if anything, out of the 10 games, and the 6 games will be a little bit strange in the results. And we will have to sit and wear it. We can't do anything about it. Okay, let's develop the pawn up. Let's get the knight in. Get the bishop out first. I'm going to get the bishop out first. Looks like it's hitting thin air, but it can be quite useful sometimes. But they usually don't let you get time to do anything with it. To bring the bishop out. Oh, the queen is getting... takes. So let's do it this way. Always for the B pawn with them queens. Now he's coming to disturb my queen. That's not right, is it? Can't even do that. He's just going to hit us here. Coming for my queen. So if I move the queen across now, out of the way, so I can get my knight in. Move there a little bit quick. The reason why I wanted the queen staying there was because this is going to happen. 1, 2, and he's won a pawn. Yeah, exactly. That's why I wanted the queen there. But I think there's a positive I'm going to glean from this situation. Only a little positive. It might not work though, but we'll see. The knight takes, we get an X-ray through to the queen. No big biff really, but they're still going to be up. Although it's showing even at the minute. Did I miss something? Captured. And he captures. No, we would lose the... Oh, he's not done that. Not done that. So we could bring a smaller piece there instead of bringing the bishop here. He's not done that. What I expected them to do was take. Then obviously I was going to bring this here. Because then it can't move. But he would have been on our queen anyway. So that would have been dangerous. So fingers crossed they've done the move order wrong. But if we take his knight, the bishop is shooting here, taking this pawn with a check on our king. So do we bring the bishop here? We're still falling into that position of losing the pawn. Yeah, we bring it there. Knight takes, pawn takes, bishop takes. Yeah. Nothing else to do. Bring this pawn. He puts a check on us with his king. Right, let's just bring this pawn. It's two small pieces. I don't think they're going to want to exchange a small piece for a higher piece. Does open up our dark square bishop, but it's got no main target really. Could come here and attack the knight. They're not doing any of that, so we could now just take this knight off the board because now we've got the protection here. But they have castled quick time. Anyway, let's do that. Get one of the antagonists out of the way. Get the bishop in somehow. That might not work, but let's do it anyway, shall we? Let's do it anyway. See if we can get castled. Zero increment. Yeah, so they've gone for the blocker. Knight doesn't have any protection on, so we could just swing the... Ooh, we could attack the rook. Nice position for the bishop. Must say I moved there a bit too quick, didn't do any further calculations. This knight's got no protection. Let's castle. It's attacking us. Wow, they moved there a bit quick, sharpish as well. So he's looking for some sort of disruption. It's just going to be bouncing. It's going to be bouncing all over my bishop, isn't it? Pawn's going to drop. Have to come here. Pawn drops. Have to come here. Let's go here. and get my knight out. Maybe not there. Up, up. Up. Maybe not there. Although there's nothing supporting. And the queen's coming for some devastation. Let's just block that off. Oh, my bishop's trapped. Ah, it's going to get trapped. Boom, and then boom. Oh. Ah, very clever. Oh, he's not doing it just yet. So we can hit the queen. Oh, crikey. Our bishop was well trapped. Maybe there's something better that they've got. I think they're trying to squeeze in here to come here. Well, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not. No, they're going here, trying to come here. And my knight isn't off the back. Oh, he's gone there anyway. What does that mean? Not sure. But my bishop still looks kind of trapped to me. It's got one safe space here. X-ray through. And my knight's still not got off the back. One of those games where you're doing what you feel is necessary for the pieces. Oh, he's trapped me. He's got me trapped. Oh, botheration. He's got me hung, drawn and quartered. He spotted it. Oh, what do we do? What do we do? I'm gonna have to just oof, hit his knight. I'm just gonna have to hit his knight, aren't I? Oh, shocking, shocking, shocking. Wow, bit clever. I know the bishop was getting trapped at some point. Maybe I should have moved it earlier, but I moved. Ay, ay, ay. Magic position and it's all gone to pot. I probably maybe should have put it here, attacking the knight type thing. Brought it back. Oh, they're going for it. I'm going to take. Bishop takes. Bishop takes. Ooh, he's got my pawn. Going to check on. Gonna have to defend. Oh my shine on Harvey move. Look at that. 2-on-1. Gonna have to. Oh, I can't even take. Rook can take. He takes. Bring the queen across. Okay. Do that. Bring the queen across. What? Oh my god, this. Say nothing. Say nothing. Say nothing. Say nothing. I think we may resign this one. There's nothing else for us to do. Okay, good game. So that was game 2. So that was a loss. Right, so we're expecting 6 games to be of a weird variety, in varying in kind of the more negative side of the results, and we're expecting hopefully at least 4 positive games. So that was 15-0, so we'll go with a 20-0. So this is game 3. So I'll hold my hand up to that last game in terms of the bishop maneuver. Yeah, so did its movement, disturbed the rook, but it really wasn't the best position for it. I didn't support it with the rest of my pieces. So I'll take that on the chin. I'm going to capture here. Oh, this is a funny looking... This normal chess. Yeah, yeah. Look like a weird opening. Let's bring the knight here, attacking the queen. Nice and steady. Not phased by the first two games. Just take them out of your head and focus on what is actually happening in this game now. Put a check on, so do we look to see if he's exchanging the queen or not? Take with the bishop. See if we can get castled, if anything. May as well go for castling. Nothing's happening at the moment, that I can see anyway. Would look to attack the pawn in the centre, doesn't have to take. Okay, so we're in the beginning part of the end game again. So let's just attack the bishop, see if he wants to exchange. Doesn't want to exchange, the knight is still defending, so I'm going to just take it off the board. Okay, just develop the bishop, attacking the knight. So it is end game, not looking at, oh well, let's just attack a piece for just getting it off the board. We're trying to end the game as best possible. Rook's coming in, defending the bishop type situation. What they're expecting. They're expecting something, aren't they? Going to bring our rook here, just behind our pawn. Attacking the bishop. We can take the knight. I'm going to take the knight first, because the knight is protecting the bishop. So you'd think the bishop would be taking because he's got two pieces on it. Oh, in fact, he doesn't have to take. He can come back here. Could move to the side as well. So they've taken our knight off the board. I'm going to take their bishop. And then attack their rook. Mindful of this, but I don't think they'll be taking. I think they'll be pushing past. But who knows in the game of chess. They'll be doubling here because they're owning the file. Right, wants the pawn to be passed. Dun dun dun. Going to take. Don't know if it was too arty or not, but going to attack the knight. It's actually defending the knight. So we take, his rook takes. Push. King comes across and everything gets wiped out. We move our king first. Might be getting a bit too arty there though, might it? I'm gonna go with simple, keep it nice and steady. And push. See if we can get the king up and around. But the thing is, he's just going to support with the pawn, so it's going to be almost deadlocked. And maybe get the pawn supporting, but they're going to just knock out these pawns. Just see if we can, like we said, they're just going to bang, bang, bang. And get the king up now. Yep. So they've got pawn majority this side, we've got pawn majority on that side, so we really want to try and get rid of their pawn majority, as we know. And he's blocking off. We could hit the pawn just to say, well, let's just keep on moving. Anything else? Just do some small pawn moves then. King's going to wake its way over. It's going to start hitting us. And doing that. Wait for them. I don't think they'll do that type of thing. It was probably hitting the center of the pawns here, actually. Obviously, he's not taking with this one, takes with that one. Then we take. Yeah, that would have disturbed them. Instead of doing that pawn move, then I think I should have done this move. Got plenty of time to calculate as well, and I spotted it after I did the move. Probably not going to get that time back because they're going to beat us to the punch. I bet you they push this pawn or something. Right, so if we hit this like this, doesn't have to do anything, by the way, you can just leave it, can't it? If we take this, then his king takes and he's supporting with the king. He's still got more pawns than us. Ah, yeah. Yeah. Take kings in. Don't really want the king in because he's supporting this pawn as well. Do we just leave it like that then? And do we hit the head of the snake? Doesn't have to take. Maybe he decides to take, and then he's got his own little passer. Before we do that, is there any of this business? Small movement, waiting for them to make a move. But then he can put a check on our king, can't he? So I think it might even be this. So hitting that pawn, he does en passant. We take. Ooh. Then he pushes. So he's still going to have a. Push. Takes. Not definitely not doing that. There. We want to show his skill. Take. We take. And then he wraps it around like that for a passer. And then there's not much happening in the game. Who was better? I think because our king is blocking their passer, we've got play to maybe bring the rook here and try and challenge. Bit scared about doing this move, you know. Maybe it's not that. Maybe it's taking advantage of the majority we've got. It takes... No, that doesn't work. I think we have to hit it. Reduce down their poor majority. They're still going to have a poor majority. Oh! Well, we covered that. This is okay, isn't it? Unless I am totally missing something. If I don't take, and I just take this with a check. He takes, take that. He takes, we would take this. Not going to work out like that, but let's take with the check. We want to reduce down their poor majority. It looks like we might get away with it. But he doesn't have to take with his king, that's the thing. His rook could just come and get it while he's protecting this. Take this. We would get a check if his rook's coming to defend. Then he comes across here. It's not much, is it? He comes across there. They're still going to get our pawn. Not that I'm thinking that's surviving anyway. Comes across there. We could come here. He takes. We take with a check on his king. King goes to block our pawn. We take this pawn. His rook comes down to take and put a check on our king, which is a bit sad. He's attacking the pawn as well. What? He's not taken with the king. I think his rook is going to come and put a check on us, that's why. We go like this, he puts the check on. We move to the side thinking we're protecting the pawn. He puts another check on. We come here attacking the pawn. He comes down. Attacking the pawn. We take. Are we condensing ourselves in? Takes. Now our king's jammed in. Ooh! King is jammed in. King is jammed in. The rook is there. It's not a checkmate though, because the king is jammed in. Okay, I'm going to go for it. Let's take. Don't forget we do have a passer that could potentially move its way up if they're doing all of that activity. He's going for it. I'm going to push. He takes with a check. We take it. Don't think there's a mate in there. Just try and hide behind our pawn. Probably expect them to go back rather than putting a check on our king. At least they can get the pawn off the board with the king. It might be a time for a little break after this one. Played 3 games in a row. Long rapid games. And they're going for the checks. I'm gonna hide the king. See, I think that tempo has lost them that, because if we go, if he comes here, then we go the 1, then he goes there, then we go the 1. So that was an important tempo for them to stop the pawn and potentially get it off with the king, because his rook would have got in front of our pawn, surely. Yes. I'm only doing that just to remind myself, losing those tempos in endgames like that. He goes here, we go there. He goes there, we go there. Things to remember. Move order, tempo. Hopefully this is the long pause before the resignation. And then I can take a nice little break. And then we have 7 more games to go. Another captured pawn, giving us things to think about. And I'm just thinking, if we go such, and they go such, and we go such, promote, they go such. Don't think we need to afford them any suching business. Let's just keep with it, because we haven't lost that tempo in terms of the rook coming here. We'll still be able to get promoted. King moves, promotion. Yeah, from one move, the rook coming to attack the king. If I keep reiterating it to myself, then hopefully that sticks in for myself if I'm caught in that situation of, let's put a check on the king. Yeah, so they're trying it in a different way, but it's still the same result. Yeah. Okay, so the king now can't get past this file because the rook is there. So I'm going to dance a little bit with the king just to make him feel comfortable. Might only be a few moves. Put the check on. So it's a nice little passer for us. He sits there, and then the rook can just come here. Oh, he's not gone there. Could have brought it down before, but you know, why give up the pawn? Let's get this pawn off the board. Still moving very fast with his kings. He's wanting to get my pawn here. So I think we might be fast enough. Come back and stop the king from coming on this file. Yep. Put a check on the king. And take this pawn. So he's got nothing to promote now. May as well just bring the rook all the way back. And he's got too many pawns to contend with, really. Really wanting to try and get some compensation, but I might have to allow him that. Let's do this. It's not big compensation, is it? He's got lots of space. There's no stalemates. Put the promotion pawning. And they've resigned. Okay, well, I'm going to take a break. That was number 3, so we gained an advantage in that one. So we've got 2 advantages and 1 loss, but hey, we're going to encounter those types of games. We've got 7 more games to go. Our mini target for ourselves is 4 advantageous games, and 6 of them are going to be of questionable resultings. Okay, catch you in a few. Alright, we're back for game 4. We're going for a 20-minute and 2-second game. Let's just bring this bishop here, attack the knight. Okay, let's attack the knight. Let's take the knight. Oh, I don't like this position. I've just lost my pawn. I've just lost my pawn. Hit the knight. So they're +1 with the move order. And they've just lost their knight. We're +2 with the move order. Let's get back to safety. Let's just bring everything back in now. Bring everything back in because it all happened a little bit quick there. Attacking, let's just get to safety, please. Knight, give us some time to breathe. Yep, so he's not getting any of his other pieces out, which is a good thing for us. Now I think the knight can sit here, but not too safe because bishop's going to be hitting it. Does it go there, or do we bring it all the way back to the other side? I think if we do that, he's going to... Oh no, they're adding seconds to me. Oh, they're a bit mad. I don't know why they're doing that. He's going to hit us with this pawn with the support from his queen, so I think we're going to move it out the air. We're going to move this out of the way. This is dropping. Yeah, so suddenly now they look very angry. They're adding seconds to us. They're moving in a jerky, quick fashion. I'm going to take this pawn. They allow us, we can maybe put a 2-on-1, but this pawn will come and support. Not even got castled yet or anything. And they've done that already. So we'll take the bishop off the board. I feel like jumping the knight in here, but I really should go and castle because his queen will put a check on us. So let's castle. Wow. Not seen anger like that for a while. Yeah, he's coming for the B pawn. Don't want to overthink it, but is he also attacking anything else? No, let's just do this. Queen's not off the back. Knight was looking for this, but can't really go here now because the queen's there. Because it can just get hit. Oh, it can hear me. So it does have this spot. Move the queen up. Try and get on some diagonal stuff. Alright, so it's protecting itself because don't want the queen getting there. Could go and attack the bishop, attacking this pawn at the same time. I think we'll do that. So here and here. But the queen is there, don't forget. This pawn's got no protection. Can't really get in. Knight looking... Oh, it's moved off of there. Protecting the bishop. I'm going to put the check on the king so he's moved off of protecting it. Okay, queen can't do it by itself, so I'm going to have to get the knight activated, and I think his rook's just going to attack our queen. No direct hit on the king because everything's protected, blocked off. Yep, so we could move the queen here to try this, but he's got loads of protection there. But we would be hitting this pawn. I'm going to do this and then opens up the rooks. We can do this to take and put a check on, but his rook's just going to come here. So I feel putting the check first, but then he does this. We're going to lose tempo developing the knight because the knight is under attack. And in our rule mantra, it basically says if you've got a piece under attack, don't go and attack another piece, unless of course it's to your benefit. So I'm trying to look for the benefit. It's just that it does get a check on our queen. Our queen can then come here with a check on his king. Let's do that. And then our knight can escape. Let's just put this here. Depending where it goes. Can't do this now. Can't do that really. So the knight does get to escape. Is there anything else before I go jumping away? Oh, there is this. Attacking the rook. But the rook will come here attacking the queen. Then the queen will come here attacking the king. No, but then he'll take the knight. Gotta be something. There, knight up. Rook comes across. Queen comes down. Even attacking the pawn here. I feel like I'm missing something. Or do we go for a real simple and just moving the knight back, which is not really good enough. I'm going to go with attacking the rook and see how it plays out. Move the queen maybe here. Maybe here actually. No, not there because we'll lose the knight, don't forget. Oh, you're joking. I've just x-rayed myself. I've just x-rayed myself. Oh, silly moo. We'll take his rook. We're on his queen. Takes our queen. We take his. He takes. Oh, but then we're losing pieces, aren't we? Are we? Oh, we're already up a piece, aren't we? So in essence, if we take this rook, he takes our queen. We take his queen. He's got a rook and a bishop against two rooks and a knight. I think that works out. I think that works out. Let's move the queen. Move the queen. It's got a checkmate on me or something. Nope. I'm going to put a check on the king then while we're breathing a sigh of relief. Well, it's not a sigh of relief. We would have been up there. Oh, we'll get his queen off the board. But is there anything better? I don't think there is. We could put a check on. Just take his queen off the board. That's fine. So what do we do? Take this pawn. And they've resigned. Okay. that was game 4. So we've got 3 games where we've got an advantage. So we've got 1 more in terms of our tally for advantage games in this games out of 10. So we'll go straight in with game number 5. We'll change the settings, the doings. I'm gonna have to go down to a 15. That's still a rapid. 15, maybe a 15-2, just a bit odd. Okay, so we're ready. Let's just push through the center. What is this knight move? Let's get rid of the king's knight, bishop. Double the pawns for a brief moment. Let's just bring the knight out. Looks like he's seen this before, the speed at which he's moving. Yeah, they play like this. Okay, let's castle. That's their playing style, doubling the pawns, getting the bishops in. Push this up. He's definitely going to want to double them then if he's coming here. Wants to attack us with the rooks, with the open file. Yeah. So we take, he takes. Bring the bishop here, but either way we lose the pawn. So let's do this. Supporting the pawn. Don't mind doubling the pawns. I know their style, they just want craziness. They want to play scrappy chess. Oh, double the pawns in front of the king. That's fine. That's okay. How do we do it? Queen wants to get in front, doesn't it, really? But they're not going to allow us that because the king is just going to come there. Then the rook's going to come here and it's opposite our king. And it's got this bishop target in here. I know this player's playing style. That's what they want us to do. So I'm going to hit the pawn. Yeah, so they've just gone straight away and done it. Yeah, straight off. Going to be doubling, smashing in here. Is there anything we can do? Boom, boom. Not going to let us get away with that because the queen is just going to take. Because he's got 2 on 1. Knight here. Looking for this, but he's just going to. But he might not see it. He might not. We might get lucky and get the fork of the session. Not really. Not really. Looks like a rook rover situation, but this pawn's going to get taken. Boom, boom. Getting a bit arty now. He's hitting the knight. Doesn't like our knight. If we went running to hit the rook, because we have got a 2 on there, so that's a bit scary. But I don't think they'll let us have that. But then the queen comes across and defends. And does the knight have any magic? Not really. Really. Okay. Down, rook takes. Queen comes across. Gives them something to think about for a brief moment. Let's do that first. Yeah, look how quickly they've gone there. So we attack. And then he just squeezes there. Not too sure why he's gone there, but goes there, then we can go here, but then he's gonna take us because he'll come there, won't he? But the queen is there, so let's just put a check on the queen. And then put a check on the queen again. You might just say, I'm fed up of this, and just take. Oh, okay. That's nice, but the rook's there. So if we take with the rook, then the queen takes. There's no checky business. If we do this, attacking the rook, then he's going to get fed up and take our rook. And then it's on our queen, but we'll take with a check. But he's, yeah, okay, even Stevens. And we take, and then we grab. Yep, even Stevens. And luckily we've landed defending the pawn. Yeah, I know this player's playing style. Scrappy, but then there's some hidden genius play underneath there where you think, oh, they don't know what they're doing, but yeah, I know your style. Sheesh. Gonna triple my pawns up. You can take. This pawn's gonna get taken. We may as well push this pawn here, just supporting here, and see if the knight can do some dancing. And don't know if it's going to be given the opportunity to do much. No, they're just an attacking menace. Yeah, they'll always find the best attacks. Let's just go with this. Boom, 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 boom. Maybe move the knight around or something. Maybe push this pawn up. Maybe push this pawn up. Has to hit the knight. Don't know what the delay is. He's a speed merchant. So the tail of the tape, we're +1 out of that type of stuff. Gonna hit the bishop just to get it away from there for a brief moment. Rook still can't get any play here because he's just going to go in the corner. He's not gone in the corner, but he's going to come behind the pawns, which are on white squares. So we will attack this pawn. He's attacking the knight, so we're going to bring the knight here, attacking this pawn. And his bishop's jumping at the bit to come here, Or landing on our rook. Looks like their signal's gone. That was a bit lucky. Didn't like that game really. Players' playing style was a bit awkward and odd. But those types of games are what you can expect over the board as well. So we'll claim victory on that one. And we'll tot that one down. That was game number 5. And that was the 4th game that we've gained advantage in. That was our mini target that we focused on. So we've hit our mini target. Play the next one and we'll go for a break like we did for the last one. Let's go for different time scale. 17 and 0. I'm gonna go for a 17 and 0. Okay, we're off. Push in the center. Just throw out all of the last games that we played and focus on what's happening in this game as best possible, if we can. If we're not shocked by the quality of play or anything, or if we don't shock ourselves with some egregious blunders and errors, etc. This is game number 6 of the 10. Bring the bishop up. Oh, we got one of them. No, that's not right. That's not right, is it, people? I'm going to push the pawn here. Got 2-on-1 on the pawn with the knight and the bishop. I'm playing defense nanny with the shock of the attack. When they do attack like that, sometimes it can catch you by surprise and you can't find your footing. So our king might not be in danger, so maybe I don't need to worry about it at all in any way, shape. Can't see any immediate attacks on it per se, so it might be safe in its virtual castle here. Only worrying about the rook getting into the game type thing. So I'm going to bring our knight out to at least free the rook, potentially. I know we were in a particular same situation as this type thing, and the opponent was all over us, and we were focused so much on getting the rook out and moving the king that when it came to the evaluation, it says you didn't need to worry about any of that sort of stuff. It was doing something with the knight, you know, moving the knight across the other side of the board. Going to x-ray through to the queen. I'm not too sure if I'm doing this. He bounces here, comes here, and he starts hitting round here. I'm giving him what he wants, aren't I? Whereas if I just take, or just bring it back. I think I'm just going to bring it back. I'm going to take, I know I move fast there, but I'm going to take, and I'm going to take. Where's the king? Because his queen does have this business. King's not in a check. Let's take. Oh, you see, they've got magic in the fingers. Move the king. They've got magic in the fingers. They're seeing the gold. Knight's supported. Bishop's not supported. This pawn supported by the knight. Bishop potentially attacking the knight. This pawn's got no protection, so the queen or the bishop are taking. Yep. I'm going to hit the bishop. If you get the queen off the board. Yep, let's get the queen off the board. Okay, just taking time just to try and find decent moves. So now the rook can put a check on the king. Getting more pieces in. Knight can attack their rook and it's not got any place to go. So we get the rook for free. Well, not really because the knight's going to move, but you know what I mean. We'll be getting a higher piece off the board, I believe. Yep. Let's attack the rook. He's in attacking our rook. Oh, and he's got our bishop for free with a check on our king. Oh dear, skills. Move it. We come here. Has he got another check on us? I don't know. I don't think he has he? Move the king. He's playing like a cornered cat. Just scratching for anything. Let's go here. With the rook maybe. So then on a white square, isn't it? Yep. Fine. Because they know the rook's getting taken and they're just doing everything in their power to try and... He's still got bishop and the knight anyway with the rook. And we've only got like 2 rooks and a bishop. It's 3 pieces. And this rook is not in the game. Could try that, but his knight's there. I'm going to have to bring this rook back down. I don't think they're going to give us time for any business like that. Let's do it anyway. Yeah, so it's 3 pieces each. They're just varying quality. Let's just push this because he's attacking it. And that bishop's just blocking all of this sort of stuff here. And he's going to be looking for a fork on these two. And this pawn's going to be dropping. Oh my giddy aunt. Drop the rook down. Hate going backwards. Ugh. Definitely not doing that. I'm not doing that. Let's do this. Now they're going to come out with some miracle moves, aren't they? That would be very disappointing if I start seeing miracle moves. We are attacking their pawn, but we've got to defend ourselves first. Or did we? Because we would have been on a higher piece. Oh, he's trading! Oh, but he's trading and he's still getting the pawn, but we're getting the pawn. Maybe we don't need to be too greedy. Or do we just come like this? I think we're going to just do this, dude. Oh, do you know what? You know what I missed? Oh, I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you. I could have just got his rook off the board. Oh no, his knight. No, I couldn't. Because he would have got my rook. The bishop is protecting. Shame, that's what I saw. I saw this. But our rook's not defending, so that's fine. That's fine. Okay, let's get back on. Let's take. Could have probably just hit there, but knight actually. A lot of could-haves. Ooh. Got to check on me with his knight. Going to be hitting me. Yeah. What? Didn't see any of that coming. Crikey, my gosh, look at them. Doesn't move, but then the bit. Shepherd. Oh, thank you. 1 second. 1 second. There we go. Scrappy, scrappy, scrappy. This player just wanted a scrap. They're still in the plane. So if we do the same thing that we did before, which is basically stopping their king from stopping our pawns. He does have a pawn majority, but I think with our king, and my king's on a dark square though. So maybe we should be taking the pawn first. Oh, but you know, he could take our pawn here. You haven't seen that. So we'll do this first. Put a check on the king. And then we'll hit this pawn so that it's not getting taken by them. Then we will, ooh, we could put a check on their king. Just give them a passer. Just give them a passer. We can take so that the king is on a white square. I'm going to take, reduce down their pawn majority. Oh, and they've resigned. It's off the rematch, but I'm going for a break now. So that's another positive one. So that's 5 positive ones out of 6 games. So that's not bad. Okay, going to take a break. I'll be back shortly. So we've so I'm going to support the pawn now with the knight. And bring the bishop out. Take. Shall we open the dark square bishops, see if we can get castled? X-ray through to the bishop. Making space for castling. I think we will steam ahead and castle. Okay, so it looks like they're going to be attacking on our king side. We've made a little bit of space. We could hit this pawn, but I think their pawn is just going to drop down and hit our bishop, which would mean we would lose the pawn because they would be able to take then. Knight, is the knight doing anything? I think the knight's coming this way. How do we want to play this? Knight, knight. Right, okay, something like that. Bring the knight across. He's hitting us straight away. We can come back, he does hit us. We can come here, we're kind of stuck in a little bit of a hole. Knight comes to attack the bishop. And to stay there forever. I'm going to just bring it back here. Probably jumping here this time. No, coming for our knight. Knight can sit here. Going to hit this pawn. They're attacking our king side. We're attacking their queen side. Queen's moving, so it's coming to be opposite our king. Supporting stuff, maybe. Knight maybe coming out first. Rook's defending. It's all jammed in at the moment, but they're going to be flocking around our king. If we take, he just takes. Small pawn move, stopping the knight from jumping in. It's not really attacking, is it? Queen. But knight's got an X-ray. Bishop, sorry, has got an X-ray. Do we just keep pushing the pawn? Making space. Making space. Yeah, let's just keep pushing the pawn, making space. We know they're going to be hitting here. Queen's going to be coming down. Bishop's got this diagonal, so they're going to be mashing our king area. Do any of this? Again, it's that bishop thing. I'm thinking if we take, no, he's doing that. Oh, he's moved his knight across. Moved his knight across. Come on, I need to be faster. Push, push. Queen. Queen here. Or is it the pawn first? Feels a bit slow, but I'm gonna push. Try and get the queen, maybe the knight. Up, up, up. Get this pushed, pushed. It's a race to the king, a race to the king. No, they're blocking everything off. Let's push. It looks like they're paying more attention to defending, which is good for us, because then at least it stops them coming attacking our king area. Yep, right, so I want to do this. I don't care. So we're going to lose a pawn, but I think trying to get some activity going around their king. We come here. No, in fact, tell you what, come with the queen first. Got a 2-on-1. The bishop. Take with the bishop. capture. This rook's going to come and defend. Does come and defend. Does give us time to get this rook here and potentially either here or here. Probably this one, isn't it? Attacking our rook. Cheek on it. So we don't have time to do this because he can take and we can't take back. Ah, damn it. Dancing around, attacking the queen. Bit of a check on the king. Might get the knight off the board if the... Obviously the knight's not going there because the rook can take it off the board. You know what I mean. Do you know, we could have kept it there, couldn't we? We could have kept the rook there because if he did take, we would have been able to get it off the board. Oh, I think we've lost the traction now. I'm going to bring this rook here and I'm going to try and throw this back up again if we get the chance, but I don't think we are. I think they're going to hit us now with the queen. Missed opportunities. It's amazing how I see stuff after it. Now look, he's defending the area. Aye. Aye. Can't even go here. They just moved quicker. Knight up, knight up. So obviously I've played quite a few games of Rapidplay. So there is going to be that moment of fatigue going to be kicking in. This is game 7 though, so we've got to try. Ooh. It looks like he's coming for the exchange with the queen. So they're expecting this. Going to continue with it. Because it's got 1, 2, 3 hitting the pawn. This is going to take. Not taken. Just take the queen off the board. It's even Stevens at the minute. But take the queen off the board, the rook takes. Rook here. Don't think it's the same, is it? He's got 1, 2 defending there. Do that. Do that. I suppose it's just going to push the pawn, isn't it? To get 3 pieces defending. We will have a pawn. Back. Not much. Not much. There. Assuming the knight's going to take. No, not any of that. Take, we'll get the rook, you know, won't we? If he takes with the pawn, then we'd get the rook. If he takes with the king, we don't get the rook. So he's going to just take with the king. What am I talking about? Oh, they've resigned. I'm not really sure if it was resignable, because king just takes, isn't it? Right, it's only minus 1.4. King just takes. So that was game 7, and that's another advantageous game. Well, it's a bit shocking, really. So that's like 6 games out of 7 where we've been advantageous. That's way too above the actual prediction that I had for myself, really. So we will crack on with game 8 and see how this one transpires. So it's not been a bad session so far. We're changing the time scales each game. So this is 18 and 0. This is game 8. We've got 2 more games to play after this one, and then the session will have finished. So it's obviously gone better than I expected. But let's just deal with what is actually happening in this game right here, right now. Let's attack the pawn. The pawn in the center like we do. Let's capture. 0 increment, got to remind myself. Oh, and I think that tournament, the next rapid tournament is actually just, it's basically like an open. So it's like all play all, and it's all different levels. It's not broken into minors, majors, and open section. So I don't think I'll be going to that one because, like I said, I'm not ready to play in the open yet in rapid play. I'm just finding my feet with it, playing over the board with no notations, and so I'm just getting a feel for it. So I won't be attending that one. So the next one's probably next year sometime. So I might as well get the practice in while we're doing anyway, so it's not wasted. Try and make some space for castling here. See if we can maybe trade, but they're probably not wanting to do that because they want to develop their knight. Yep. So it's attacking the pawn, bishop's okay, castle. Yep, castle. I'm gonna double our pawns now. Well, I would if I was them. There we go. So they struck first blood, well, second blood because we got first blood here on their side. The knight's in, looking all frantic. Oh, look at all that space. Let's take advantage. So let's might as well attack the bishop now. Let's give this pawn up for the rook. Make them feel like they're gaining some advantage with the rook being in the center of the board. Looking to probably get another pawn as well. That type of thing. Let's do that. And then we're ready to just lock the rook into position. Not going to be happy with that. Not going to be happy. It's going to want to get rid of our, yeah, it's going to want to get rid of our bishop before we do anything. So I want to do this, but I'm not doing that just yet. I'm going to do this. Bishop's on our rook. So the idea is potentially trying to get the knight here, but the bishop's just going to take it off the board. There's no way of getting to here, I don't think, without the bishop getting involved. So wants to get our bishop off the board. Look at it chomping at the bit. It's like saying, you're no way getting here. I'm going to hit you. So he's covered both diagonals now, so the knight can't get in to attack the rook. But the bishop is under attack itself. So we take it, brings his pawn back in line, and then this pawn can attack the bishop. Then the bishop is kind of trapped. Yep. So we could attack their rook in exchange for an exchange, but our bishop is trapped. So it looks like I'm going to have to release the rook, sorry. Bishop does have this check on his king. Could be a magical touch. Or the knight could come here attacking the rook. Bishop takes, and the rook escapes. Interesting situation we have got here. How do we want to move? Don't really want to exchange him off. Take. Pushes. Bishop's got nowhere to go. It's just going to end up not be. We're going to have to let the rook go, aren't we? Even if we take, he takes. And we attack. And he takes, and we take. Pawn just drops. Bishop has got nowhere. Hold on, that pawn will be there, won't it? It can come here. Knight takes, pawn takes. Oh, okay, let's do that then. So we have to exchange the rook. Oh, don't have to, but we are. And they're looking to block us, so that gives us time to save our bishop. And now they're +1, which doesn't seem right, does it? That doesn't seem right. So let's go here and see if we can get this pawn off the board. My gosh, they're just getting everything, aren't they? So we take, he takes, we take, he takes, and he's on all our pawns. Got there quick, didn't he? Take. Takes. It's always going to be +1, isn't it? Takes, we take, comes back up for this pawn, it's at a dark square, king comes up, check, 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 gets this. It's miraculous how these things happen. Not actually going for that. What is he doing? Come here. Or do we push the pawn? And he keeps pushing, but he's not going to do that because he wants to get behind the pawn, doesn't he? Yeah. Bishop's defending this area at the minute. If we did do this, he could just go behind the pawn. And then we're having to come here. And he pushes, then we go here, babysitting the damn pawn. And does the knight get activated? There, pushing. I don't like it. Don't like it now. Oh, but if he goes there, the bishop takes, so he's going to have to get rid of the bishop first. If we did that, he has to get rid of the bishop first before he can go into the corner. So we could undouble this pawn. But there's no point in undoubling because his rook's still there, isn't it? Yeah, so if we went like this, and he goes boom, no point in doing that because he'll just take the pawn, so we have to go there. That's just not even undoubling because it's already undoubled from capturing here. Duh. No, it's not. I'm getting myself all confused here. Boom. Knight takes. Then the pawn takes. So he's still got this double thing here. Then he goes behind. That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. Then he takes. Does it look different? Rook takes maybe? No, because the pawn he can just take. So we'll stick with this. Then he goes behind. Then we'll go down. Then we're babysitting. Anything different? No. Let's go back. And go in front. And it's going to give us loads of things to think about, and our king is not going to get across there in time. His king's going to get there before us. Coming down, support the pawn, and also attacking the rook. Not fast enough. Not fast enough, dude. 3 times. I have to sacrifice the rook. Not sure. Okay, don't make no difference, does it? This rook's just going to come and hit us. It's kind of locking the king in, but like I just saw, I think he can come round and port it maybe somehow. Yeah, because if we come out here taking the pawn, then he can come here. But he can't. Goes there just to make space for the pawn, and we can come back again with the rook. So I don't think he'll do that. I think we'll go here, then his rook will come here. Yep, there, his rook comes here, stopping us from coming there. And then his king's got free rein to come here. Right, do the move order. There, we come back attacking the pawn. He pushes the pawn down. Move the king across. Moves his rook back with a check. Okay. See if it looks anything like that. We've got our own passer now. It's just they might be ahead of the game. I think they'll go, oh. Thought they would have done this to try and at least get my rook off the board, because I would have had to sacrifice my rook. Pushing the pawn. Okay, what's the deal? I don't think the pawn can get promoted because I'd have to come here to go like this, and that's not happening, so I'd need to support with my king. But his rook can't come here now because of the pawn. And we do have a pawn majority type thing, so we could hit this pawn, but he probably going to push past. He'll have 2 against my 1. So moseying my king up, because his king can't do anything. Going to move the king. Oh, I've done it wrong, haven't I? I've given them the space. I'm going to have to sacrifice my rook, like I said. Yeah. I'm going to have to sacrifice the rook. My king is a bit elevated up the board though, isn't it? Is it? Yeah, okay, let's try it. Oh, crikey. I'm shocked out of my skull. We've got 2 more games to go. So we'll go on to game 9. So we've got 1 more to do after this. We'll change this now. We'll maybe a 14. Yeah, oof, pushing the boat out a bit there. So 14-0. See how we get on. Okay, let's push in the centre. Yeah, definitely feel I'm flagging now because we have been playing for quite a while. These rapid games. Let's push through. Let's grab the pawn. We'll take the knight. Take the queen. Go for this. No, we won't. Not yet. Let's just support the pawn. Might as well support the pawn now then, seeing as he's going to be taking. Usually the rook comes there, leans on here a bit. I'm going to x-ray through with the bishop. Doubles the pawns. Fast. Push. Castle. Let's keep the bishop. Attack the pawn, it's got no protection on. I think it's good that we're used to scrappy chess, you know, where they're just coming out crazy, attacking, and I think I'd be caught short if I didn't know about scrappy chess. I'm going to attack this pawn here. That's not to say it's not effective. It is effective because you just sit there thinking, man, you're just taking stuff off the board or you're finding these good moves, but it just looks rubbish. But yeah, it's effective. Or at least it looks like it's being effective. Whether it's working the pieces together as a team or not is a different kettle of fish. Can hit the bishop. Where is he wanting to go with his knight? Nothing's defending this area, so he's going to be hitting our rook. It's hitting our rook. Our rook can defend itself by attacking the knight. Let's hit the bishop first. We come here. Attacking here maybe. Not forgetting he's got these with the rooks. Moved out of the way. Do we want to hit the knight or do we move the rook first? Or do we just hit the king? This rook can hit this pawn. Gonna be hitting all this. Let's see where he's going. Oh, he's moved back. Crikey. Damn. We were planning on hitting the king at some point. Let's hit this pawn. It's got no protection currently. Swing the bishop here, attacking the rook. Got to be mindful not to get the bishop trapped. Bishop's on this pawn. Knight's on this pawn. Giving pieces up all over the place. Right, so seeing as the knight is on that pawn, we'll do this one first before thinking of this. Oh, bishop never stood a chance, did it? Didn't get a chance. I'm going to put a check on the king. It just comes down for the pawn. Oh, doesn't come down for the pawn. He's got a 2-on-1, or is he? Whatever. No. Would hit the rook, but the bishop's protecting the pawn at the minute. Bishop's got no protection on it. Ours doesn't. We could attack their bishop. We could move the bishop out of the way first. Could hit the knight. No, we're not hitting the knight. Scrappy, scrappy, scrappy. Oh, he's got my pawn. So am I actually thinking of bringing the bishop here, blocking my rook? Ooh, he's got a double whammy on me. Hey. Rapid chess, eh? Right, let's get positioned now. Enough of this scrappy malark. I'm going to take. He takes. It is bishop. Takes. Not yet. Takes after I take. Just gobbling up pawns. Would have been nice if that pawn was there. Whoosh. He may go, well, no, I'm actually on a higher piece, so I'll take here first. But he's not done that. Check on the king. So he's going to have a bit of a double whammy on me, isn't he? I attack here. Check here. I can hide here, I suppose. Yeah, let's do that. Dude, bishop. No check. Oh, he's attacking my rook. Bit clever, aren't they? Bit clever. This +2 might see us off because look at where they are. Tempting to do that, but my bishop can't handle these +2s. I don't think. No. I can't. See it. I can't handle the +2s. What do we do? What do we do? We have to get these off the board somehow. Well, we tried going here. Definitely bishop, bishop. We can't handle against them. Surely. Pawn's here. This pawn will be going. King will just come down and double up. No, I don't think we can wear that. We come back around. Dry chess. We can't beat them. Maybe push this, but I don't think that helps much, does it? Look at him doubling up already on the damn pawn. Doesn't it make you sick? Ah, it's got my pawn. If I go there, a fork. Ah, give me strength. No, this position is not good. Oh, I thought I was taking this here. This is not good. I can, but he drops. Bishop's not helping in any way, shape, is it? Just going to ramp home. Bishop needs to come here like this, but the king's taking the pawn, and it'll stop us from getting here. And even if we did go there, we'd get a fork. Oh! Ouch. Let's go for the last one now, because I am flagging. We've been playing for hours here now. Last one. See if we can go out on a bang, but when you're tired, you just have to deal with what you deal with. I'm going to go for a 15-0. So, last game of this session. Rapid play. Trying to consolidate the classical chess conceptual ideas within the rapid play. The art of patience. That last game was the art of patience. Taking time. Not necessarily too focused on positional play, so that I'll take that one on the chin. That's okay, so that's what happened there. So let's focus on what's happening in this game. Bring the bishop here. Trying to prevent the reverse fried liver, where they come for the queen. X-ray through to their king. Double the pawns. Strike first blood. Castle. Not bullet. It's rapid. I think we may go for a gentle pawn push like this. Supporting. They are just going absolutely crazy. Could attack the bishop with the knight. Knights hunt the bishops in our mantra. I'm going to take the bishop. Doubles the pawns. What's my knight doing? I'm going to see what this knight actually wants to do. Are you taking the bishop or not? 1 second, buddy. I'm going to take with the queen because it's on this pawn. It's got no protection, but I don't want to be in front of their bishop because it has this, and they'll get our queen for free. So we'll just take with the knight. We'll take with the knight and move the knight to the side. Move the king. You can tell they're chomping at the bit to show that maneuver off. Yeah, just move the king. And now they'll be a bit upset. Yeah, okay, so we can bring the knight here, which kind of spoils the party a bit, doesn't it? I'm going to bring it all the way back, still attacking this. Yeah, you see, you knew they knew that. Yeah, you knew they were going for that cheap rubbish. Let's go with this. They wanted to tell all the friends how they got away with it. Oh, and they're still coming. They're still coming. Look at them. Cheap, 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 dirty tricks. For the last game as well. Not letting us go out with a easy one. Stopping the knight from jumping here. This guy knows all the tricks, don't they? Wow. Let's go here. Attacking here. Wow. Get a fork. Get the bishop off the board. Options and choices. All because they got quick and dirty tactics in the brain. Bang, bang, bang. Defending, moving out of the fork. What else is there? This pawn's got no protection. What other quick and dirty tactic are they looking at, really? Let's attack the bishop, attacking the pawn. Rook comes to defend, but the bishop's under attack. Bishop's attacking this pawn, dude. Let's attack. We do have attacking his rook, so he's going to have to move the rook. The rook attacks the queen. Yeah. This guy is full of tricks. Rook attacks the queen. We can't come here because his queen is defending. Where do we go from there? Where do we go from there? Boom. Boom. Checks. Really, is the will get taken. Not there. But on the face of it, you think that's a nice take, but this is such a poisonous pawn. It's unreal. Poisonous the first time. It's poisonous again. Rook there. Definitely nothing. Hold on a minute. What can the knight do? Knight's got to check on. Knight's got to check on the king, but the bishop can take it off the board. If did that, goes there. Swing all the way across here. Any castles. Got castling right. I think it's got castling right. Any castles. And then that negates the knight jumping in here anyway. Given attack here. Could just block all of that off and just bring the knight across again. That pawn looks so poisonous, it's unreal. Boom. Boom. Why can't I see anything else? Knight can't go in front because he's got a 2-on-1. That's weird that. I'm going to bring the knight back in because that just looks like trouble. Until I get my rooks in somehow. 2-on-1 on this pawn. Gonna have to push it. Nothing else can support it, I believe. Yeah, he's pushed it. Gonna open up space in front of our king, but also theirs as well. Check. Oh, I hope I get something out of this because this player is really getting on my nerves. Attack the queen. Super fast movements, like, ugh. They don't trade. Shock. Let's go. Obviously taking this pawn. We have nothing. This stuff here is not really good. He's got a white square bishop. It's just going to jam us in. Protecting the pawn. Going to attack the bishop. Not really a fan of it, but let's go with it. What's this? We take. He takes. We take. He takes. Oh, that's a whole heap of rubbish there, isn't it? Knight takes. We're still on the bishop. Oh, come on. We take. He takes. We can't take. What are you on about? Because he's got the check on. He takes. Yeah, that don't look right, does it? So I think we have to take. And do we get in trouble? His pawn takes. Pawn takes. We take. Bishop takes is on the knight. Knight can't move because the rook's x-raying through. Oh my god. Push the pawn. We push the pawn, but then we don't get the bishop. I'm going to push the pawn. We don't get the bishop. Could attack the pawn. He's going to be able to defend. I think I'm going to have to support my rook because he's just going to beat us up with this bishop somehow. He's still left the bishop there. What am I missing here? I think I can take this time. I am so tired. This is definitely the last one. I think I can monologue now. I think we've got enough advantage here. But they can always come back. They're still playing. Hi, Gideon. They're still playing. King. King. Am I too slow? Oh, it might be too slow. Man, why am I always too slow? Up. Then stopping this at least. So he'll come down with a check. We go like this. Pawn hits us. Oh, that's not nice, is it? We take. Rook puts a check on. We come back again. Yeah, that might work. Let's do that. Move this. Don't forget the knight could actually take the pawn as well. But it's too late to the party. He moves his rook here. We'll have to do this. Oh no, sorry, we don't have to do that. We can push the pawn and block. Push the pawn and block. And then go and get his rook off the board. In fact, that's a check. Well, it's not a checkmate because his rook will come back. Oof, close one, close one. Oh, he's looking to hide away. Looking to hide away. Is there anything else that we can do apart from exchanging the rook? I'm taking it off the board. I'm sick of it. Looking for a trade if I can. Oh. And that's it. That's the whole 10 games.